Hi everyone, I'm not going to do a voiceover today because I've been down sick, but I feel like I have a little energy. I'm literally cannot sit on my couch any longer. Plus this came in the mail today. I don't know if you can see, but it's a big old box from Notpolish. They had a great sale, and I want to do the unboxing and swatching of the stuff on here. So let me see if I can zoom out. Okay, we'll try that, and once I get the things out of the box, I will change my view. So I did notice when they had this sale, I've been telling you all for a very long time that this is the brush I always use. I like it because the bristles are long and very firm. That big of a fan of. And you guys know I love Notpolish everything. This board was... Okay, I don't know how this is going to end up being, but my wife walked in here because my dog was crying because he couldn't get let in, so I get interrupted. But you know I love Notpolish everything. I do have a Notpolish brush that's a number 12, which was their smallest size previously. Nothing wrong with it. It's gorgeous. It's just too bushy, if you see what I mean. So I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. It holds too much right here in this part of the brush. So if this were wider but still this narrow, that would be okay with me. So I'm just searching endlessly for that type of brush. These are pretty good. If you can see, this is pretty narrow. The meat of it right here isn't so thick. That's what bothers me, because that hinders me in the way I'm used to going, just doing my shaping. I don't know, it's just something. I did buy this. This just came in the mail, and I should have done an unboxing, from Nails by Dev, because I saw someone using this and it looked nice and long and not so wide. But I don't know, it, even after prepping, it has these random frayed pieces. So I don't know, I haven't used it to do a set yet. I only used it to swatch and try, and I soaked it and cleaned it so it's ready for use. I love that it came crimped. It also came with a lid. So this remains to be seen. My point is that when I went on Notpolish's site for their sale, first thing I noticed, they have size 8 and size 10 brushes now. Previously, size 12 was their smallest. And when I bought it, it was a couple years ago, you know, in the beginning of my nail journey, before I knew really very much about brushes, shapes, or sizes. So I've kept it around. I just don't use it, and you know, it's nothing wrong with it. I might give it away. So my order is a Kolinsky brush, some white acrylic, one of my favorite bits of theirs, and then some powders. I have Lovely Rose. I have Candy Coated Vanilla Cream. That is one of their jelly acrylics. Glam Girls, Fast Play, Cool Breeze, Spring Mist, Extra Kiss, Chill Zone, and Gem. The only two of these that I have that I'm replacing is this JEM. This is one of my favorite top 5 pinks of all time. And white. I really thought I got something else. Per usual, packaging on point. Notpolish Babes.
I'm just going to grab my trash can and just put these away as we go here. Normally I would edit this out of video, but I'm not going to do a voiceover. In iMovie, you can just add clips, so I'm just going to add the beginning clip where I was interrupted there. Okay, that's enough of those. The rest can stay in there. Alright, let's get these boxes out of here.
let's get a load of this. I'm pretty sure they've upgraded their brush packaging because I don't remember their brush coming in anything like this a few years ago when I got my brush.
Okay. Definitely still have that lip to it. This is some Young Nails monomer. This is a Young Nails table towel. It's really big. I always cut these into like 9 pieces and leave them in the pile as I'm working and just discard them. But for today, for swatching, I'm just using it. I'm going to put it with my Notpolish red tapping brush.
So I will use this brush to do our swatches today. And if you didn't know, when you first get a brush, little things like this might happen. First of all, this is not crimped. So whatever shape you want it, if you want to keep it in an oval the way it came, you're just going to do a gentle twist with your fingers or on the paper towel. This is bothering me because it's not laying flat even when I twist. There it goes. So again, and these were 40 instead of 50, probably because it's smaller, but this is their smallest size in a size 8. So far, I'm liking it. The width is still there, but it's not as meaty, of course, as a 12. So if you didn't know, when you first get a brush, it's going to come with that little bit of packing glue, so to speak. So you've got to manipulate your brush a little bit to get that out, and then you have to burp it kind of in monomer, like I'm doing here. So spread your brush out, turn it over, spread it out, wipe it a few times, get the monomer out, get the glue out, and just keep doing that a few times until it's laying in the direction you want. If you clean your brush like this after every use, it should stay really nice. Again, it's not crimped, so it's going to lay the way I have it laid, and that little frayed piece did go away. So I'm going to leave this brush. This is good by me. I'm going to leave it like this while we unbox and go back to using it when I'm ready. I got this little guy off of Shein. And this is where I put my brushes that are kind of in use that I'm going to use next. I have my little container of all my other acrylic brushes that I have spent, I don't know, what is this, $50 each? Again, giveaway. All of these are pristine because the only one I use is that Young Nails one. Anyway.
So let's set this aside, and let's get to the unboxing. Oops, I ripped it. I do not say boxes, so just ignore that. Okay, so this is probably the bit that I mentioned. Came nothing else in there. So this is the bit that I use on my channel all the time for finish.
This is a medium safety bit barrel in the color red. I forgot and meant to order this in the stainless color. If they even have that, I don't know if they do, because the red starts to fade after a little bit of use, even when it's still sharp, and it kind of doesn't look the best for clients. I actually just bought one of these last time I purchased, but oh no, this one's a little different. This looks like a cross bit. I think I did get something different. Let me check my invoice, because this is the one I just pulled off my desk that is a safe bit medium barrel. And I thought that's what I ordered again, because that's what I always use, but I can tell the threads are different. Can you guys see that? Like this goes diagonal and this has a wider diagonal. They both say medium. Neither one of them say anything but Notpolish on them. So I'm gonna look at my invoice one more time. Good thing about Notpolish is all you have to do is DM them on Instagram and they'll fix anything. Yeah, safe bit barrel. This is what I always buy, but it is different. Let me look at my other ones. Oh no, here it is. Fumbling. Okay, so this is the one I always use that looks closer to this, and this is what I got today, which is more like a cross cut. So yeah, they sent me the wrong thing. However, it looks really good, so I'm just going to keep it and use it because it looks like a bit I would like. Anyway, anytime I've ever asked them to replace anything, they've done it immediately. You just DM them on Instagram. First swatch stick. We're going to use M54 Chill Zone. After shipping, you guys should check these out. Plus, they've been, you know, in the mailbox. I have some yellows of Notpolishes, obviously, but this was just like really a butter color. Right away, I'm not used to working with this brush. It's interesting. Very good brush. Still don't like that random hair. So I'm going to start to turn the brush over and use it on that side. On my next color. Being sick, I can't smell any of this. It's funny. Really pretty butter color. Vanilla cream. So this is one of their candy coated collections, so it should be more sheer than Milky White. Just gonna grab a big old bead since I can. See how this, see how this brush, I don't know, with my Young Nails brush, this bending into the acrylic, it just doesn't happen. I guess I have to work with more of this part of my brush than the tip of my brush when I'm using one of these. So I don't know, you guys, this looks like Milky White to me. So we'll see when it dries if it's more sheer than Milky White. We'll see. Okay, so there is vanilla cream. Oh, yeah, this is much whiter. Okay, so there is a difference. Not too much of a difference. Wait for that to dry and see what we got. Oh, Jem, or Gem, I don't know how you say it. It's just a really delicate pink. Sometimes I wonder if they change their color formulas some, or if it's just me not remembering right. I'm not sure. Very, very pale pink. This is my other Jem. Maybe it is the same. What, am I tripping? Am I like totally tripping? I'm tripping. I think it's the same. And this is definitely more sheer than this Milky White. Can you guys tell against, maybe against black? Spring Mist. Yep, I think I'm breathing like a horse into the microphone. I did post on my community that I've been going through, like really through the ringer, you guys. I can't even explain it with being sick. All right, Extra Kiss from their OG collection, not to be confused with the OMG collection, which is glitter. They have their M collection and their OG collection. They have a lot of collections, but their main two, like the bulk of their colors, their colored acrylics are the M and OG collections. This is definitely a pink I don't have, and I really like the way it looked. Yes, pretty. Very pretty. Sorry if I'm boring, but I have a lot of things to talk about, but what I feel like is as soon as I start talking about them, I will be on to the next swatch and then have to talk about that and interrupt myself. And my constant problem is squirrel and interrupting myself. So I'm just trying to do the swatches and make this video short. So this is definitely like a creamy rose color, I would say. Very pretty. Really, really pretty. I do not have a color like this in my collection. I have a lot of pinks. Okay. Fast Play. This is a nude from their M collection. Sets more than I do swatches, so I'm not like the pro on swatches, but that is how I pick up a bead. Drier on the edges. Just works out real buttery that way. With Notpolish, every acrylic is different. This is a pretty, really nice nude color. A lot of nudes that you get when you go darker, they have not as creamy, nutty a color as this. This is really pretty. There it is against my skin tone. I'm more pink than anything else. I'm Irish. So there is Fast Play. Cool Breeze. Looks like it might be a chalky blue. Let's see. That was a perfect bead. That is what I'm talking about right there. As far as it being dry on the edges, yet perfectly workable. You see how it's staying where I move it, but letting me move it? Spectacular. Just like butter. Just like butter. Just like they say. Yeah, creamy, dark blue. Very pretty. Ooh, that's almost one of my favorites from today. It's getting ready to be spring and Easter, so I got some more pastels where I was building up my fall collection and my nude collection. I pretty much buy a nude almost every time. Lovely Rose up next from the M collection. This should be a really creamy, darker pink. Oh my gosh, I can already hear the nose breathing. So I'll just tell you guys. I had mentioned before, I think, yes, in my videos, I got COVID last year, year before last, Thanksgiving. I didn't go anywhere for Thanksgiving. It just happened to be the day I tested positive. my immune system was kind of shot from then on. The rest of the year, I caught every cold. I mean, the rest of 2022, I literally caught every cold that went around, whereas before, for my entire life, everybody could be sick around me and I would never catch anything. Even working in a restaurant with exposure to like over 200 people a day and sick coworkers and everything, I would only get sick like once a year. Bronchitis was usually what I would get. Anyway, after that, I started catching everything. And then this Halloween, literally on Halloween, I tested positive again for COVID. Ended up in the hospital with bilateral pulmonary embolisms, which means blood clots on both lungs, dead tissue on both lungs from the blood clots smothering my tissue. This is Lovely Rose. Double pneumonia and COVID. So I was in the hospital for many days. I just got out mid-November. I still have pneumonia. There's nothing they can do about it because it's COVID pneumonia. So antibiotics won't touch it. I'm on blood thinners for the blood clots. Can't do nothing about that until 6 months. Have to be on blood thinners for 6 months before they'll give me another CT scan. So I literally do nothing about that too, except hope it doesn't go to my heart or some crazy shit. I don't know. And anyway, yeah, I've seen multiple doctors and everyone has told me, stay home, get well. Okay, well, I had to resign from my 10-year job. What's my income? Like, nobody cares. But anyway, so I, as you can hear, caught some crap just recently from I don't know where. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. It immediately went into my lungs. Today is only the 4th day that I've had it. I woke up with it Monday, tested for COVID. Thankfully, that's negative. I don't know if my body could take a third round because it has just seriously completely ruined my immune system. So I went to urgent care today because things weren't getting better. I could feel this was getting really bronchial and really deep into my lungs. And keep in mind, I still have double pneumonia. My fever was over 100 for the past couple of days. And by day 3, which was yesterday, things weren't better. So I made an appointment for urgent care this morning at 8 a.m. and I went. And in fact, I still do have the double pneumonia, which I knew. But now this, I mean, they just have me on like 3 different breathing treatment types of things. This is just Notpolish's white. Did you see how easy that was to work with? It's not chalky. I mean, it's beautiful. A lot of times white is notoriously hard to work with. Let's watch this. You can pick up a gorgeous, perfect bead with it. It's going to polymerize. Now, remember, I pick up dry beads. That's what that is. It happens with all my beads. It's going to polymerize just perfectly. Anyway, yeah, guys. So I basically got told today that there's this thing called bronchostasis, or I don't know, it's a long word, kind of like bronchitis, but not. And I got told today that that's what I have. It's basically like COPD. I just can't get sick anymore, or it's always going to make my pneumonia worse. It's not curable, blah, blah. I don't even want to talk about it, but yeah, there's nothing to do but stay home and get well, and who can make money doing that? So I have to go see a disability attorney because, again, I can't just have no income. So picking up beads, I'll use an example of this last time. I'm dipping my brush. I kind of do it quick because it's muscle memory by now, but I just dip my brush and kind of get it clean. Sometimes I go back and forth. Sometimes I wipe it like this. Sometimes I just do this. I don't like this fraying that we're having here. I don't know if you guys can see that. See this guy? That does start to affect you, and it does start to affect your application after a while, and it has not laid flat. Applying 2, 4, 6, almost 10 acrylics, so I don't know. I'll soak it overnight, but I don't know if you guys can see that. See him? These two? I don't like that. Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, so once I get my brush full of monomer like this, I usually do it like fast. I will wipe it about halfway through, I don't turn it around. I don't know why, I just never learned to do that, and it's not my muscle memory. But then I will either drag or bounce a couple times. When I start feeling resistance, I'll hold it down, and I can literally see the monomer draining out of my brush. And when I pick it up, my beads usually dry around the edges here, and it will start absorbing into that. That's a pretty dry bead, probably because I'm talking myself through it. So let's do that again. That's how I do it. I do it much quicker. So I don't think I wipe off half of it, probably a third of it. That's how I usually pick up a bead. And I mean, it's just perfect. Doesn't just the texture make you want to just play with it for days and days? I mean, look. Let me just use the rest of this monomer, make a big fat bead because I'm going to have to wipe that out anyway. Beautiful. This is a pretty color. I definitely don't have this color. It's not a nude. It's not a pink. It's not even really a peach either. It's kind of in between all. Very pretty. Pretty. My camera's doing that justice because this is kind of like a dreamsicle. Ooh, that is so pretty. You know what else, guys? I think I'm going to swatch these all on my paper here too, so you can get a better idea against the white. How about that? I'll do the same one I just did. Glam Girls from their M collection. Big meaty bead. Don't you love it? I do. Spring Mist. That dries really pretty, you guys. Really pretty. Almost has a gray undertone, blue-gray. Chill Zone next. So yeah, my adventure of being sick has really sucked. See, I thought that was something in my bead, and it's that stupid... I'm going to have to cut that off. That is lemon. Just looks like lemon. So pretty. Cool Breeze. You don't have to do that. It just speeds things up. Lovely Rose. Oh, these are great spring colors, you guys. I'm really happy with my selection because I write things down when I see them on Instagram. And most of the time don't remember. So I started writing them down and then checking against my collection to make sure I don't have it. That's how I got duplicates. It's also why we're doing a giveaway. I have a lot of duplicates. JEM. I'll be glad to get a bigger bead of this to see if it's the color I really remember liking, because it's just a pale, beautiful pink. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's really pretty. Extra Kiss. Ooh, that is so creamy and pretty. Definitely different than that one, but ooh, that's one of my favorites, which is called Fast Play. Gorgeous. White. By the way, the set that I mentioned and posted in my community page, they popped off way too fast for me to file. I just couldn't file them. So once I get them filed, and I was supposed to do my next video include the filing, but guys, I just couldn't, they just wouldn't not pop off. So I just wanted to show again the creaminess of their white. That was a wet bead, but I wanted to show you on purpose how perfect it is. You can pick up other whites and they're just not. And then this is their candy coated kind of jelly white. Please remind me what I was saying. I don't know. I don't remember, which should be like a more sheer. Yeah, it's definitely more sheer. Oh, so buttery. Makes me want to do a set for real, for real. Here are colors. Sorry, I have to move it to the left to see because my phone holder's in the way otherwise. I hope you guys can see that really good. And here they are as swatches. I love this one. Love it. And that fast play is really nutty. I would say it's like a nut color. And I actually really do like this. And yeah, that JEM is still one of my favorite colors of all time. Look at that yellow in this one. This one surprised me. Spring Mist. I didn't think it was going to have that much gray in it. Wow. What I usually do if I have a little bit of monomer left is really clean out my brush as best I can. Then I get the paper towels that are just kind of cheap, like for drying my hands, that I don't use like as table towels. And I clean out my Dappen dish really well. Until you hear it squeaking, just clean it out. After each use, I don't leave monomer in here because it just gets gummed up. And then my Dappen dish always stays clean and beautiful. Not polish. I also make sure to close this every single time because it's liquid, it'll evaporate. I also wipe this with that when I clean it. After I have cleaned my brush pretty good with this stuff, you'll see no matter what, you can see the little grainy bits in there. That is acrylic. That will harden in your brush, even though this brush looks really clean. It's not. Get yourself one of these. Just put monomer in it. When it gets dirty, you'll know because all their sediment will be settled down here. This lid just pops right off. It has different sizes for your different brushes. You simply clip your brush where it fits and you slide it down to the level. Don't get it in these slats because then your bristles will be spread out. That'll ruin your brush. So keep enough monomer in here that you can get your brush. I'll have to look at it from the side and then I'll show you. This needs more monomer. That's why I'm not really doing the trick with it. I don't consider it a waste of monomer because it keeps my brush perfect. So once you can get the level of your brush where it's not touching these little guys, but it is soaking the whole way, I just simply put it like this. Then I get my little lid and I just kind of balance it right there on my swipe so that most of this won't evaporate. And I leave it overnight. I come back tomorrow, dry off my brush, and it's completely clean. I never, ever have to use brush cleaner or acetone or pick apart my brush or anything. That's what I was telling you guys on my community page. So anyway, that's what I do to keep my brushes nice and clean. On my community page, I was telling you about some nails that I was doing that popped off that I could not show you the filing of. This is a gorgeous color from Notpolish called Hug Me Now. So these are the nails I did. Once I get them filed, I will glue them back onto myself and post the final, the tutorial and the final video. But these are coming out gorgeous. Wait till you see this glitter, you guys. So that's going to be really pretty when I do finally post it. And this pop-off method, you guys, I learned from Lisa Marie, Nailed to the Hustle. These are still sticking to me. I can't believe it. I did an ombre with Hug Me Now and Cappuccino. Look, they're still sticking on because the pop-off method she uses is literally, they're like, it ends up being like the gummy tabs that you use for press-ons. Like I almost couldn't get the gumminess off, but the nails came off. But you can see they're still sticking to me now. So this is the set I'm going to post once I get it all filed. And look at those colors. And wait till this has a top coat on it. That glitter is unreal. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching and joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.